When I realized I hadn't had my period for 3 weeks, I already knew something was wrong. But when the doctor told me the truth, I still stood there frozen. I was just a college student with a bright future ahead of me until this nightmare crushed everything in its path. In France, abortion was a serious crime. The doctor looked at me and said quietly, "Unless it's a natural miscarriage, there's nothing I can do." But I refused to give up. I went from clinic to clinic begging for help. Finally, one doctor agreed to give me the medicine. Yet after the injection, nothing happened. I fell into complete despair. I couldn't concentrate in class. My grades plummeted. I tried to hint at the truth to a friend, but all I got were frightened stares. I turned to Jean, a male classmate, for help. He avoided me coldly. When I went to his house, desperate for support, he humiliated me instead. He made a disgusting proposition, and I agreed out of shame and desperation, just to buy myself a way out. But afterward, rumors spread across campus like wildfire. Every accusation pointed at me. That's when I realized, even if a scandal has two people, it's always the woman who gets judged. By the 7th week, I failed my first class. One night, I went to a bar to drink. I even let a firefighter flirt with me, until Jean stopped him. But I felt nothing but disgust for him. That night, I broke down completely. When my roommates confronted me, I finally told them the truth. Hélène stayed silent but sincere. She wanted to help. Brigitte, on the other hand, distanced herself immediately. That's when I knew. No one dared to help me. I called my boyfriend. I told him I was pregnant. The silence on the other end was unbearable. That silence was crueler than any insult. I forced myself to stay calm. I told him I could handle it. He just said okay, and hung up. In that moment, the last bit of hope inside me shattered. I argued with my mother soon after. She didn't know why. She just thought I had changed. That night I made a decision. I would do it myself. I heated a needle until it glowed red, laid down towels, and pushed it into my body. The pain was so intense I nearly passed out, but later the doctor told me I had only pierced the uterine wall, and worse, I had once been tricked into an injection that was meant to protect the pregnancy, not end it. By the 9th week, my boyfriend came back. He wanted to take me on vacation, but when he learned I still hadn't had the abortion, his face changed instantly. I left him without another word. Later, Jean introduced me to a girl. She handed me the address of an underground clinic. It was dangerous. If something went wrong, I'd have to hope the hospital doctor had compassion. But I had no choice. I sold everything I could, and finally scraped together 400 francs. Before leaving, I went home and hugged my mother tightly. Then I went to face whatever would come. At the clinic, the doctor worked in silence. She warned me, "If you make a sound, I'll stop immediately." I bit down and stayed quiet. The pain was hellish. I almost blacked out. She said the fetus would come out within 24 hours. I lay in bed afterward, feeling light for the first time. I even went to my professor, asking for a chance to make up my classes. I told him, I've been suffering from a disease only women can have. My dream began to shift, from student to writer, but 24 hours passed, and nothing happened. I went back, begging for another procedure. The doctor warned me, "You could die this time," but I had no way back. The second operation ended. This time, it worked. But the pain hit like waves of fire. I heard my roommate calling for help. At the hospital, I didn't dare close my eyes. Then from a distance, I heard the doctor say, "It's a natural miscarriage." Only then did I finally relax. When I woke up, sunlight poured over my face. In that moment, I knew I was still alive, and I knew what I had to do: start again, live, and write it all down.